Welcome everybody to another video of Ancient Greece Reloaded. Today we will talk about the famous Potamoi, the river gods in Ancient Greek mythology. By the way, if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so as to stay tuned for upcoming videos. Water was in essence worshipped in Ancient Greece, and without water there would be no life. Water in later Greek mythology was said to be the realm of Poseidon, and large sources of water were said to be the realms of major gods such as Oceanus and Hercules. Smaller water sources like rivers and springs, though, had minor deities associated with them, and in the case of rivers, these deities were the river gods, the Potamoi. The Potamoi were nominally the 3,000 sons of Oceanus and Tethys, making them the brothers to the 3,000 Oceanids. 3,000 was a purely nominal number, as although every river had a god associated with it, there weren't 3,000 known rivers, and in Greek mythology only about 100 specific Potamoi are mentioned by name. Although often depicted as men with water-pouring jugs, Potamoi were also thought of as a bull with a man's head, or as a mixture of man, bull and fish. As well as being river gods, the Potamoi were also said to be the protectors of the young, the rivers of the underworld. Given that every river in the ancient world had a river god associated with it, it is perhaps surprising that the most famous rivers in Greek mythology were not even found on the Earth's surface. The underworld, the realm of Hades, had its own recognizable geography, and most notably there were 5 rivers that the ancient sources refer to. There was the Acheron, river of sorrow, Cocytus, river of lamentation, Phlegethon, river of fire, Lethe, river of forgetfulness, and the Styx, river of hate. As well as being notable for being in the underworld, 2 of the rivers, the Styx and Lethe, are noted for not being represented by a god, but by a goddess. Styx was a daughter of Oceanus, but was given the important role as a reward for being the first to side with Zeus during the Titanomachy. Lethe was also a goddess, but a daughter of Ares, and not Oceanus. Transformation into rivers. Lethe was not the only river deity who was not of the offspring of Oceanus and Tethys, and there were several mortals who were transformed, including Evanus. The most famous transformation comes from the Ovidian metamorphosis. Achilles was the offspring of Faunus, who fell in love with the Nereid Galatea, and although she loved him, Achilles was killed by the jealous Polyphemus. Galatea, though, transformed Achilles, or possibly just his blood, into the Achilles River of Sicily. The fighting rivers. The Potamoi were not simply passive deities, and as personification of rivers, they could be angered into violent action. Vrihon would fight on the side of the giants during the Gigantomachy against the gods of Mount Olympus. Asterion, Inachus and Hephaestus also angered Poseidon when they judged in favor of Hera about the ownership of Hercules. Poseidon in retribution would have the rivers run dry in spells of low rainfall. Rivers, though, also famously fought against demigods. During the Trojan War, Achilles would insult Scamander when Achilles polluted his waters with a large number of Trojan corpses, and the river god would subsequently try to kill the Greek hero. Achilles would be rescued by the gods 3 times: Hera, Athena and Hephaestus, as Scamander sought vengeance. Achilles could not bear Scamander, but Heracles did manage to overcome Achelous when the two wrestled for the affection of the Hera. Heracles would break off one of the horns of Achelous. Love life of the Potamoi. The Potamoi were said to be the fathers of the Naiads, freshwater nymphs, many of whom became attendants to the Olympian goddesses. Asterion's daughters indeed became nurses to Hera. Other offspring were forcibly abducted by the gods, as was the case with Asopus' daughters, including Athena. The male gods of Mount Olympus were well known for their wandering eyes, but the river gods also had an eye for the beautiful females of Greek mythology. Alpheus fell in love with Arethusa, a female huntress. She though wanted nothing to do with the river god, and to avoid his advances was transformed into a spring. That though did not stop Alpheus mating with her, he simply mixed his waters with hers. With water being so important to the ancient Greeks, it was only right there were deities associated with each and every one of them. Let us finish with the following saying: a huge tree can tower from a tiny seed, Aeschylus. That being said, remember guys to hit the like button and to subscribe to our channel, it would help us a lot. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for upcoming videos.